Hey, Money Making Monday. Good morning, good afternoon. If you can hear me, okay, do me a favor. Drop a comment below. You can hear me. Monday, let's get it. Another Money Making Monday. Truly hope that everybody had a successful weekend and a relaxed weekend as well. I was moving myself, so still tired. I don't want to hear anything about moving for like the next few years. Uh, so let's see. I hear you. That's what's up, bro. Do me a favor. There's a link right above me that says StreamYard. Click on it. That way I can see your name and your profile picture and I can answer your questions. All right, cool. So today, Monday, um, really what I wanted to talk about is just have an open uh, coaching call, if you want to call it, because I know a lot of you have questions and they've been wanting to ask those questions. So here I am, ready to answer those questions about any campaigns that you're currently running. If you're new to the business, any questions that you have or anything like that. So cool. And then we're going to make this really interactive. So pretty much what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put a link if you want to join me. If you have a camera and a mic or headphones, and if you want to join this call, I'm going to put a link where you can join this call. You can share your screen, we can talk and so forth. I think I only have capacity for 10 people in this call. So if you want to join this call, you have a camera and a microphone, you can join. Um, or if you just want to ask your questions by typing in the comment box, you can do that as well. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm posting this link right now, depending where you're watching. And if you can't see the link, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to also put it here as a comment. It's a rather long link, but you can join it by going to this link if you want to join this call. And I'll allow a couple more minutes in case anybody wants to join. Again, then we can go over questions that you have, campaigns that you're running, anything that I can possibly help you with. I'm here for you. And that's the idea today, just to have like an open questions and answer coaching call, because we're getting ready to transition into a new vertical. Medicare is hot, always going to be hot. Volume is going to be there. It's going to decrease, but it's still going to be there. You can still make money from running that campaign pretty much year round. So I want to diversify into jumping into other verticals or other offers that are also profitable and you can scale and they have deep pockets behind it. And most importantly, you can help a lot of people that are looking for this service. Okay. So again, if you want to join, go ahead and click on the link if you can see the link. If you're camera shy, then this is not for you. Stay home. Cool. Wow. Waiting for the first person to jump in a call and talk about pay-per-call. Who doesn't want to talk about pay-per-call? Vlad, my man. I had a call earlier with Vlad talking about campaigns that we're running and stuff like that. Here's the link if you want to join. I'm not going to keep the link any longer out there. So great. So Medicare, I get a lot of questions about Medicare because that's a campaign that we've been running. We hit a goal last week of a single day generated over 13,000 calls, which is the first time that we ever done that. That was a big accomplishment, definitely a team effort. A lot of people think that I do this all by myself. I'm like, nope, I have a team and I'm here where I am today because of the team that believes in my crazy idea and supports me when I want to take things to the next step, right? There's no way that I can do this by my own. If I was to do it by my own, I definitely, it will take me longer. And that's what I keep talking over and over and over again. When I was running the flight campaign, it literally took me like 4 or 5 months to make 7 figures in that campaign, to make, over $1 million in that flight campaign by myself. It took me like almost 5 months. Okay. I decided to do Medicare, and with the help of everybody in the group, in that is running this, and as well as myself, we reach a million. I think it was like in 20 something days. So it's a drastic uh, difference. Dean, how's it going, buddy? I want to bring you in the call. Dean, how
All
you?
good, my man, Carlos. All good.
I'm doing pretty good. Good to see you.
Thanks for having us. Good to see you too, my
my,
man.
my pleasure. So I'm here for you. Any questions that you have, anything that you want to ask me, anything that I can help you with, shoot, my man.
No worries. I'm just sort of tagging along here today, see if I can pick up any extra knowledge. My ads seem to have slowed down a little bit since Friday. Not getting as much call volume, but I'm not sure if that what happens with the ads. Do people get bored of seeing the same ads again whenever you start seeing the ads slowing down a little bit? Should you cancel them? Should you start from scratch again? What's your strategy there?
So I'm gonna mute myself and unmute myself so I don't create an echo, right? Uh, so what what I recommend, because this is what happened. What happened is called creative fatigue, right? And creative fatigue or ad fatigue happens when the person keeps seeing the same ad over and over and over again. So the Facebook algorithm, it tends to hook onto you, especially for the first 24 hours. So if you like or see an ad of anything, right, for the next 24 hours, it's going to keep showing you the same ad or other competitors in that same product or service as much as it can, right? So what happens is that increases the frequency, the amount of time the person see your ad, right? And when your frequency is too high, it creates ad fatigue, creative fatigue. In other words, the person just subconsciously skips your ad, right? They're scrolling through it too fast past your ad. And Facebook knows that, right? Your scrolling speed and all that stuff, right? So, what I recommend is that you test new creative, right?
Okay.
New colors, that you create different headlines. So, um, your calls is where, me personally, I think that all the money and all the knowledge is in the actual call. If you listen to your actual calls, right, which I'm sure you do, but I mean, if you
Mhm.
start listening to them, you can start picking up patterns that you can use in your ad copy, right?
Okay.
Especially that I'm calling for, hey, I saw you on Facebook. Hey, this, whatever it is, if you start listening to enough calls, you will start seeing patterns, right? Of caller behavior. And then you can use that in your ad copy and you can use that in your creatives to make a better, higher quality ad, right?
Hmm.
So there's only so much knowledge that you can actually um, test without getting the feedback, right? So I
Hmm.
always suggest listen to the call, listen to the call, listen to the calls, because you're going to see that most of the time people are calling regarding XYZ, right? And you want to address that. Now, also, where are they calling from, right? Here's something that I want to bring up. A lot of people, when it comes to nationwide campaigns, they get stuck into running it nationwide. And yes, because a campaign is nationwide, you can run it nationwide, but doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to be most profitable for you. What you should be doing is you should start looking at your top converting states, right? So you log in into your tracking dashboard, Ringba, right? And you see the last 30 days or the last 7 days or however you want to break it down, and you start running tags, right? And you start seeing what the states are the most profitable for you. And then instead of allocating your budget to cover nationwide, you can start testing and that using a similar budget in those top performing states to see if you have a higher ROI, right? So again, all the data that you need to move forward is in the call itself and in the uh, attributions in that call when you expand the call, right? When you click on it and the phone number and expands, and then you see the record, the tax, everything. You start paying attention to all of that. and then you can have higher ROI, if that makes sense to you.
Makes sense. Good
That's
tips. Thanks, man.
my pleasure, man. How's the weather down there?
Down here in Guatemala, it's sunny, 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 blue skies, man. Nice.
Love it. It's been raining here for the last 3 days. I'd say 3, 4 days, like pouring. So,
No, we won't see any rain here until May. No, that's it.
oh man,
Blue skies for 6 months.
lucky you.
Hmm.
Definitely take all this into consideration and start implementing it. And whenever you get a chance, I would love to take a look at your campaigns and maybe do like a review and give you some tips on
Awesome, man.
how to improve it, or at least to show you what is it that I'm doing, which I already
Okay.
shown it before, but see if it can help in any way. All right.
I appreciate it. Now, a few of my calls that have come through this morning, a lot of them, my ads that seem to be performing the best this morning are the Spanish ads. But I'm not getting. The calls are all very short, 20 seconds, and it seems that I'm not getting an answer on the call center end. Why would that happen, and what can I do to?
Let me take it. I'm sorry. Let me take a look at that real quick. Okay. Okay. Um, I see a call that came in that is from Puerto Rico. We talked about this before, but I explained to those that are watching and maybe don't know. So the Puerto Rico it's a great, obviously is a great state, but it's actually a territory of the United States. So it creates a conflict or an issue for the actually underwriters, the policyholders to enroll, right? People that come from Puerto Rico, in the sense that they will move to the states and they will keep that area code. And there is no way in the ring tree that we can pass that area code, so the system rejects it. So there's two area codes that are Puerto Rico, which is 787, and the other one I believe is 939, right? So whenever there's those two area codes, automatically the system will reject it. We try implementing the enter your zip code to continue approach. So
Mm-hmm.
whenever we see phone calls coming from those area code, thank you for calling, enter your zip code so we can route you to the proper state. And it didn't work out because yeah, we were able to bypass it in our end, but we were not able to bypass it in how you call in the caller's end.
Okay.
So that's why you see that it's automatically rejected the phone call.
Okay. Cool.
So does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Awesome, bro. Cool. So thanks for being here, and then we'll be in touch. Take care, buddy.
I'm a man.
All right, bye. All right. That was Dean. Pleasure. Always having him. Quick learner. All right. So let's see here. What's the latest you can jump in for Medicare? You can actually run Medicare pretty much all year. There's some times that you're not going to be able to, but it's just for like a few days to a week or 2 weeks at most. And after that, you can pretty much run it all year. I never have back regarding the website templates for WordPress. Are they available? Yes, they are. I think they're in ClickFunnels. I have to check if they are in WordPress. I'll double check on that. Either way, just send an email to info at uniquemediagroup.com, and that's UNIKmediagroup.com. I will take care of that for you. Uh, hey, Carlos, do you see any drawbacks for starting a campaign with call ads first instead of lead ads or traffic to lander? Any tips on getting the traffic turned on quicker, trying to get beyond a call or two each day? Yeah. So here's what I want to share. So when you lander usually produces the best quality, right? Um, and then the lead ads is great if in the back you're selling the leads on a ping tree or something like that, and you're selling the leads, the data, right? Generate you the volume. Will definitely generate you the volume. The quality compared to landers is not going to be the same. And what I mean by that is the average call length, right? The average call length of a call ads, it's shorter than a lander. So what we did is we implemented an IVR. And this IVR is pretty much confirming the intent on most of the call ads traffic, right? And then if it's a match, if they press one, then it will continue and it's routing like it will normally do. And the average call length improved, it went up, right? So again, definitely go with call ads if you have an IVR in there. It might hurt your conversion a little bit, but overall the quality is going to be better, and your buyers are going to be happier, and you're going to have larger caps, and it goes on and on. Um, so yeah, go with there. And then the approach that has been working the best is like one ad, one campaign, one ad set, one ad, and then just duplicate that as many times as you want, testing different creatives, and you should be able to generate pretty good traffic from that. Also, it depends to the spending, right? So depending on how much you're spending, I would recommend that you keep the campaigns like under 2 to 250 uh, per campaign. If you're going like one campaign, one ad set, one ad, keep it under 250, and then test the ads that way and test the phone numbers that way. So you're good to go, right? Then you can go back to whatever is working best and whatever it's not. The Facebook algorithm, I give up. I'm no longer trying to understand how they work, because every day they change. So it's like I come back and it's a completely new map, right? So the best thing that I can tell you and recommend is just a numbers game. So just put out as many as possible. Look at your account like this. What is the limit that I have? And by limit, I mean like how many campaigns can I have running at the same time, right? And usually, I think you can run like 50 campaigns. And most accounts, you can run 50 campaigns at the same time. So instead of going one campaign approach, right? Instead of being okay, I want to spend, just to talk numbers, I want to spend $1,000 a day, right? So instead of building one campaign for $1,000 a day, build 50 campaigns, divide 1,000 by 50, and then that's how much each campaign should have as a budget, and then you run all 50 of them, because it's a your target audience, think of it like a big pizza pie, right? So by creating all these campaigns, you're getting more than one slice. So it's going to show to different people. It's going to help with your reach, and then you're going to be able to turn off throughout the day whatever is underperforming, right? So think of it like that way. Think of it like a massive approach, and that's going to work better with their algorithm than being extremely concentrated, thinking like e-commerce, like one campaign, blah, 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 blah. No, spread it out, max it out, and you're going to get the best results from that. Ron, my man, how's it going, buddy? So that you were clubbing and popping bottles. Man, I want to be like you when I grow up. My Facebook ad account got disabled when trying to run ads. What can I do? The best thing you can do, Jim, is to reach out to your Facebook support, and accounts get suspended, unsuspended all the time. We do have a solution available for when your account gets disabled. It's something that was made available through a mutual friend with Anthony from Palo. So if you want to reach out and we can put you in contact uh, with a company or with a person that can help you out with disabled ad accounts and stuff like that. When making a campaign to send traffic to a lender, have you seen difference between the traffic goal and conversion? All right, here's something I want to talk about because this happens all the time, right? And it's like a, you know, no disrespect, but it's a rookie mistake. So what happens all the time is this: people will build a landing page or a lander. They will hook up their pixel and then they will set up their campaign. And what is the first objective? Conversion, right? Guess what? The pixel doesn't know what a conversion is. No idea. So no idea how it's going to optimize for something it doesn't know. So what you need to do is you need to send traffic first. You need landing page views, and you need to season that pixel. Landing page views, and then actions are going to happen in your landing page. Once you have that, then you can optimize for contacts. Then you can optimize for scroll. You can optimize for click to call. You can optimize for wherever it is, right? But first, you need to, make sure that you spend some money or burn money seasoning that pixel. So first thing first that I recommend is landing page view. That's going to be the cheapest. Once you have enough click in your click to call button and your survey and your form and whatever it is, then you can optimize for that. For the IVR, is that something already set up or do we need to set it up? It's already set up. If you send any calls to us, it's going to go through an IVR depending on the settings on your account. But yeah, something you don't have to worry about unless you want to do it on your end. Frank, how's it going? Hi, Carlos. So what are you hearing about final expense market for PPC? So final expense is great because here's what's going to happen. As Medicare kind of slows down after December 8th uh, until the special enrollment period, Medicare, all these agents are kind of floating and then they get allocated to final expense. And final expense is something that is in the same demographic. It makes sense. Lots of you already have enough interactions in your pixels from that demo. So it should be an easy run and that will hit it off the park for sure. So I'll keep you updated that in our inner circle call. Don't want to disclose too much here. Hey, Carlos, I noticed when I turn my ads off, they turn back on by themselves. Why is that? Does it have anything to do with the rules of the campaign? Yes, it does. So what I recommend is if you're using the native Facebook rules, you can delete them and then create new rules because sometimes rules can have a mind of their own. So time, I recommend that you just delete the rules and create new rules, or use other softwares like AdCooks or um, there's quite a few other ones that you can use. I don't remember right off the top of my head, but yes. How much traffic should it take for optimization? It depends. So if you have 3-4 conversions, it's not really enough, right? So you have to look at it like how solid do you want your sample to be, right? How usually I would say at least get like 50 or 100, so the algorithm knows what it should be optimizing for, or whatever. If you want to start at 20, 25, that's fine, but the more that you get, the better. How do we send calls to you? To send calls to us, all you have to do is go to uniquemediagroup.com. In the top right hand side, there's going to be a link to sign up as a publisher, and you can do that and we can start doing business. Does final expense works with Google Ads? I'm not sure. I will say it doesn't because it's an insurance product and it requires a G2 certification, but it does work with Facebook. Those are pretty good questions. You guys keep them coming. Any other questions? Let's take a final couple minutes to answer any other questions you guys might have. Good round today. Lots of questions. Angel, what's going on, buddy? Doing what I do, man. Are we going to healthcare as a final expense next? We're going to be running final expense, and that's going to be something that we're going to be running and scaling. Healthcare you can also do, but focus right now is going to be on final expense. What's that URL? I posted it. You can watch back, but it's unikmediagroup.com. I see with flight booking, when doing max clicks and sending traffic to a lender, we get a lot of clicks. Like I got 400 clicks and 19 phone calls. Well, first of all, congrats in having a running flight campaign. Um, the second thing, when you have 400 clicks and 19 phone calls, a, that something that I will start looking at immediately is not so much the creative, because that is generating clicks, but it's the landing page, right? What server is your landing page being hosted, and how fast and how responsive is your lander? What is the design and overall feel of your landing page? Is it easy to call? Does it have a clear call to actions? So that's what something that I will start looking at, not so much in the advertising side, because I said again, you generated 400 clicks, so technically you should have about 200 calls. So when instead of 200 calls, you have about 19 phone calls, then that's what I will look at. The feel of the landing page, the functionality, the design, because chances are that's where the misconnection is happening. What's the niche everyone's moving to? Everybody's moving to a lot of niches. Different. There's a lot of money to be made in pay-per-call. You have legal, home services, insurance, stuff like that. Everybody has their own style, and everybody will, run different campaigns and be profitable in different niches. Some niches you can scale more than others, and some you can't. For me personally, I think it only makes sense to jump into final expense and offers that are geared towards the senior market or the senior demographic. Hey, Carlos, I got a good activity in Medicare last week, but the quality sucks. Any questions on how to boost the quality? Again, listen to the calls. Make sure that you are sending the right amount of call, that the intent is there. Review your ad copy, review your creative. I will make sure that you use unique creative. Like you can design a flyer, print it out, take a picture, something like Ron said in one of his calls, which is amazing. You can have somebody in Fiverr make something for you. You can do it even yourself in Canvas or similar, Photoshop or similar software. But make sure that your image and creative are driving the intent and the quality of the call, which is people looking for extra benefits in their Medicare Advantage plans. Okay. Is final expense offer available and unique? It is privately available. It will be available to the public or to the general affiliate or publisher, I should say, very, very soon. What ROI are you seeing at scale? $10,000 in ad spend on a winner. It depends what campaign are you talking about. I'm not sure. I can't see your username. So above me, there should be a link if you expand there that says give StreamYard access. But when I use the same website, which got the 400 clicks with mix call only ads, and responsive app, all the traffic got into their sponsor, and the click to call ratio got good, like an equal number of clicks and calls, but the campaign is not exhausting the budget. It's like the daily budget is $500 and spend it. Okay, then try increasing the daily budget higher. If it's only spending that, then go a little bit higher. Sounds like you got it running. You just got to tune it, tweak it to do exactly what you want. On the high end, what is doable? Again, You know, very short questions. I'm not seeing the rest. I'm not sure what is that. Uniquemediagroup.com. Yeah, that is the website. You can go there and sign up. I'm not sure why it's saying there's no site there. Let me log in from my end. Yep, log in fine. You see right here. So you will come right here where it says publisher sign up, and you can click this link, and that's exactly where you can go ahead and sign up to be a publisher with us. This is our website right here. And again, the domain is unikmediagroup.com. What type of ROI are you usually seeing at scale? That's what I mean. Okay, at scale, define scale, right? Because by usually like spending like $10,000 a day, depending on the campaign, you can usually see like about double your money. So that would be a 200 ROI, right? Or a little bit less sometimes, like 75. Uh, so if you spend like 10,000, maybe you'll make back like 8,000 in profit. So meaning like 18,000. But again, depends on the campaign that you're running, um, the payment terms, how you're tracking payments and stuff like that. So ROI, it's something that you should worry about once you are, running a campaign profitable or breaking even. That's when you can scale the campaign. It's pretty hard to define ROI before even running the campaign or optimizing it or knowing the quality of calls or traffic or if your buyer is happier. So you're putting the horse before the trailer, uh, kind of say. Cool. So any other questions that you guys have, go ahead and comment. Let me take a few more minutes to answer some other questions. And then I got to get back to work and make this money because today is Money Making Monday. So for all the 41 of you watching, let me hear your questions before I go. So let's go. Let's go. It's 12:40, so I'll take another 2 minutes to answer any other questions you guys have. And after that, I got to go. I got to go. So bye, Felicia. Bye. Ah, cool stuff. Cool stuff. A lot of questions, a lot of answer. Good call today. Good, good. Ready to connect another device. All right. So, how much is a good testing budget when you first start in a campaign? Uh, really depends on your budget. I guess a couple $100 will be a good, testing budget. Anything less than $500, I guess. It's up to you how much you want to spend testing. Get sexier. Bart, my man, buddy. Thanks, buddy. Much appreciated. My pleasure. Thank you. If you had to pick a vertical for travel to find an expensive credit repair, which one would it be? All of them. All of them. So I'm a true paper caller at heart. Doesn't matter where it is. As long as I can help people and make money, I'm on it. So travel, easy. Easy one. Until you get your account suspended and got to deal with that. Final expense, very easy to generate, very profitable, very predictable, deep pockets on the buyer side. And credit repair, trust me, half of the people, 75% of the people in this country do not pay their bills on time and have bad credit. So there's going to be an abundance of leads for credit repair. There's very solid companies that will buy these calls on CPA model, and other companies will buy them on a CPL model. Um, Deep pockets as well, but the quality of the leads is kind of like not that great because again, these are people that have bad credit, which that means they make bad financial decisions for the most part. And when you tell them they got to pay for something, they're like, "What?" So I will stick with travel because it's a necessity, it's an urgency, and you can make money from that as long as you have access to running Google accounts. If I wanted to make like a lot of money in a short amount of time, definitely travel. Final expense, more long term, more relaxed, more flexible in the ad policies, especially with Facebook. Deep pockets, like I said, and credit repair, you can run that in Facebook all day, every day. Uh, just a little bit different lead quality. Just jump on about what is next campaign you'll be running after Medicare is over. Medicare is not going to be over. It is going to slow down until the special enrollment period. But we're going to start, we're already testing, but we're going to scale final expense. Alito, what's going on? From Great Info, thank you. You're very welcome. Test images before angles. Yeah, definitely. So, what's going to make the person stop when they're seeing your ad is going to be your image. It's not going to really be your creative. I mean, your creative, your ad copy. So your ad copy is secondary to the main attention grabber, which is the image, the video, whatever it might be. Somebody is, looking at their friends' pictures. Here's another thumb scroll. Boom, here comes your ad. Either they like it or they keep going. So chances are that they stop because they found something that catch their attention. They're like, what is this? Then they click and they read. And then if they're interested, they make a call or whatever call to action you might have. So images, test images. You can write gibberish in your ad copy and people will still click to call. My ad account was disabled for 1 week and now I started again with the previous campaign that I was using and they're not converting at all. What am I supposed to do? So that campaign went cold because it wasn't running for a week. So say goodbye to that and make a new campaign and find a new winner. Do you do debt consolidations offers? I've done it in the past. Not the easiest vertical to be in, especially because your buyers are going to be very, on top of CPAs. They want to make sure that the CPA is like $600 or something like that. And what happens is that when somebody calls in for that offer, most of the time they got to give up their credit cards and that will kill the deal. So your CPA, at least my CPA, was too high for the advertiser. I had my ads account disabled for 10 days. Can I turn all the ads or should I use another technique? I hope my question makes sense. Your question does make sense. So chances are that when your ad account was disabled, your ad campaign was turned off for like 7 days or more, it's not going to perform how it was performing before. You can try, but I would recommend just duplicating it. Okay, thanks for the thorough answer. Are you running any 2021 Black Friday specials? I might go crazy and come out with a super special. Who knows? I'll keep you guys posted. How to increase the click to call ratio in a generic responsive search ad or call only ad. So the call only ad will be on your ad copy and what you're targeting, and make sure that as close as possible on the call only ad, right? And and the click to call ratio. It depends if you're talking about Facebook or Google, because my answer might confuse you. So I'm assuming, let's just assume that you're talking Facebook. How to click to call ratio on a generic responsive search ad? Oh no, that's Google. Yeah, so that will be on the campaign, how you structure it, the keywords, and your landing page, the similarities to your search query, right? Have to be very in tune. So if somebody's searching for um, XYZ, like pet insurance, they click on it, and the landing page has to be somewhat near paid insurance, and then that call to action needs to be there to work. And the call ad is on the ad copy. Ad copy has to be very close to what they're searching for, right? Why the CPC increases when you're higher the budget in Google Ads? Uh, because Google is going to try to spend the most that it can. So what you got to do is you got to put a cap on your CPC, on your bid, right, and your max cost per click. Do images need to relate to the offer, or they be something eye-catching? Yeah, the images need to relate to an offer. I don't think you want to put an image of a cat and then run a Medicare offer. It's not going to connect, right? Thank you, Carlos, for all your help. You're very much appreciated. Have a blessed Thanksgiving. You too. With that in mind, if you're watching and you're running traffic to us, keep in mind that we are going to be closed this Thanksgiving Day. So do not run your ads on Thanksgiving. Instead, enjoy them with your family and your loved one. With that being said, thank you so much for being here. I will see you guys on the next one. Stay blessed and have a happy Thanksgiving, okay? Peace out.